Okay, we're streaming right now. So, okay.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? You said you wanted to stream, talk some.
Yeah, just shoot the shit. I wanted to talk about the. You heard about the what was it, the power outages in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Dude, did you see how bad that was getting? Like, I saw a picture from Texas, and it was like a ceiling fan, right?
Yeah,
But it had,
I saw that one. Yeah.
dude, that was fucking terrible. Like those like icicles that are hanging from that shit were like probably like a good like couple feet. Like that's not good.
Yeah, that
And
was
what I
like some
find
stalactite level shit.
it was fucking bad. And but what I find interesting is the mayor of one of the local cities in Texas. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is all the socialists' fault." And it's like, do you realize that Texas has its own electrical grid? So there's
Privatized electricity is communism's fault. Fuck. Just kill
But no,
yourself.
because the thing is that there's the Eastern electrical grid here. I'll pull up the names for it. There is. Hang on, I got this somewhere. Yeah, let's see. Right here. The Texas grid is called ERCOT, and however, it doesn't cover most of like the panhandle of Texas. But then there's the Eastern interconnected system, and then there's the Western interconnected system, and that's kind of evenly split down the sides of like the United States, from like the middle of the continental United States, east to west. The thing is Texas has their own shit, and the thing is they're trying to blame it on the wind turbines. But the thing is like you have
Oh,
privatized.
fuck off.
You've well, yeah, they said, oh well, the wind turbines froze up, therefore socialism has failed us.
There's literally wind turbines in the South Pole.
But anyways, yeah, that's the Texas conservative excuse that because of the wind turbines that socialism has failed. It's the new straw man that conservatives are using.
It's the same goddamn bullshit all the time. They just like I swear to God, like it doesn't matter. Like it's amazing how global like the whole thing that's causing this problem with global warming doesn't exist, but it's the fault of this thing that's unrelated to it.
Dude, it's all over the fucking place, man. They're fucking definitely, they're definitely something. Jesus Christ. I have a follower on Twitter, right? They're a transgender Hojas, and I was like watching them live tweet as it was going on, and it was just like a complete shit show. I'll see if I can't bring up their tweets and just like read them to you. But they're just like, yeah, man, we're freezing. We have no way to keep warm. That was how I actually first started hearing about this because of their tweets, and then this kind of just blew up. Here, let me see if I can. Uh,
Yeah.
anyways,
Alex Jones was better in every degree to Rush Limbaugh. That's what somebody just said.
um, I mean, at least Rush Limbaugh wasn't cheering on every time someone died of AIDS. But granted, there is that whole Sandy Hook thing that he's got going on.
Yeah, but I mean, what Rush Limbaugh memes are there? Exactly.
Uh, it's just the same exaggerated joke.
Yeah, the only memes
He's fat.
about him are the when he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who are just tuning in and you don't know what's going on, dude, Rush Limbaugh used to when somebody would die of AIDS, Rush Limbaugh would say their name on air and say, "Good, they deserved it," because you only get AIDS if you do something immoral. That's what a piece of shit this fucking guy was.
Oh, dude, and like his well, I remember when like he was like, okay, keep in mind, Rush Limbaugh, he's very overweight, but then he's like fat shaming fucking Michelle Obama, which I don't have any respect for her.
Wait,
But it's
wait,
kind of
Michelle
like
Obama wasn't fat.
no fat.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
see,
he was
yeah,
fat
he was
shaming
fat.
her.
Yeah, but she's not
Dude,
fat.
Well, she's kind of chunky, but she's nowhere like fat. Saying, and he was saying, I think he even said at one point that she was actually like secretly a woman. Or, I mean, not a woman, a man. That she was transgender.
Yeah, I've heard that shit over and over again, claiming that.
Yeah, that transgender bullshit.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, this one's going way back, but when Chelsea Clinton was only 12, he was like comparing her to a dog in terms of looks. I mean, the guy has. If you're insulting children, I can't. I want to say something, but I can't say it on YouTube anymore.
You get fucking.
There's a certain personal act he should commit that would relieve us of having to listen to his bullshit. But he's already dead.
I'm actually. Here's some good Rush Limbaugh quotes. Feminism was established to allow unattractive women easier access to the mainstream. Let's see if there's another one. Did you know that the White House drug test is multiple choice? Oh, hang on. Here's. I think I found a full list. I was just reading off something. Fucking Google. Oh, dude. Later, he would also say the Earth's ecosystem is not fragile. The Los Angeles riots were not caused by the Rodney King verdicts. The Los Angeles riots were caused by rioters.
What?
He said, hang on, he said the Los Angeles riots...
No, I get it. I just don't know how that works in his mind.
I don't know, man. Like, you gotta wonder if this dude actually...
It sounds like libertarians who say, yeah, classes exist, but there's no such thing as class antagonism. Like, how the fuck do you think that the Bolshevik Revolution happened?
Okay, here's from newsone.com, a collection of some of his quotes. Have you ever noticed how all composite pictures of wanted criminals resemble Jesse Jackson? The NC, and this is, some of these are really racist, trigger warning or whatever, but the NAACP should have riot rehearsal. They should get a liquor store and practice robberies.
Okay. You know what my favorite one is?
What?
He said this a number of years ago. When talking about Canada's healthcare system, he was talking about universal healthcare. He referred to Canada as Soviet Kanakistan. I'm not even kidding. It's literally, you can literally just Google that. Soviet Kanakistan. You know what? I should actually just go with that.
Soviet Kanakistan. Jason, when you lead the revolution in Canada, that's what you should rename Canada.
I'm going to rename
Soviet Kanakistan, led by glorious leader Jason Unruhe. Ooh, this one, hang on, I'm going through these quotes. This one's pretty, oof. Okay, so in brackets it says, to an African American female color, take that bone out of your nose and call me back. Jesus Christ. How was this guy, like, how did this guy keep his show? Like, there had to be some, like, FCC bullshit to, like, keep him off or some shit. Like, holy fuck.
It's unfathomable. Like when I think about the stuff that just when I was a teenager compared to now, there's no way you'd get away with that now.
No,
and he was on the radio for like 20 fucking years.
And I can think back, when I was like a wee little kid, this idea of, social progress and progressivism, you couldn't pull that shit off like publicly, but now it's like, holy fuck. Like things were, there's still, racism and shit, but, it wasn't as public as this, to which a certain extent that's good because it creates the dialectic, shut out racism. But on the same instance, it's just kind of like, you can't say that, man.
And he got away with it for so long. He said so much shit that you'd be thrown in jail. You're being thrown in prison today if you said that.
Look, let me put it to you this way. The NFL often, to me, looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. There, I said it.
God damn.
You know what Bethesda needs to do? Bethesda needs to add a DLC with Rush Limbaugh as the final boss in hell.
And that would be for Doom, I guess.
Yeah. Where's Rush Limbaugh?
Oh, God, he has said so much dumb shit.
Where is he? So, I don't know. It's. I'm not hoping someone fills his shoes, but they've got some pretty big shoes to fill if somebody's going to take over his show.
Oh, no one's filling that. You're just not going to get away with it. I mean, almost all the old Fox guys are gone. Bill O'Reilly's gone.
Yeah, and Fox is trying to make themselves look more progressive, I guess you could say, more PC. They have a
brain dead.
Yeah, I turned on Fox News for the first time. Well, I didn't turn it on. It was at the Subway I was eating at. Because all the small business owners around here, they like to put on Fox News. It's like, the franchise owners and shit. They like to put on Fox News. And I was surprised to see, I think it was like a black political commentator and I think even like a black anchor. Like they're trying to clean their image up. Hey, and appeal to that very niche African American conservative audience.
What about my black friend? I could ask him to do it.
I could ask. Look, guys, we got a black guy in here now. We're not racist. We're not racist. We have that one token black dude.
If they're so racist, then explain Candace Owens. Oh, owned.
Get owned, liberal. Speaking of the news, that shit happened in Australia, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's great. I wonder if I'm banned in Australia now. I'm news.
That will be your official seal of approval. Your equivalent of a Twitter check mark.
Yeah, I've asked for one a couple times. I've never gotten one.
Well, it's just like YouTube, man. You can only get it if, did you see Matt Pat talking to Susan Wojcicki, whoever her name is, CEO of YouTube?
We should. Fuck, I'm not even gonna try. Just go on.
It's too Polish for my Anglo-Saxon tongue. Anyways, but he was fucking grilling her, right? And you gotta think Matt Pat is like official faces of YouTube. Like he's on like their premium shit, like that's advertised, and he is grilling her, like absolutely just going at it. And he's like, so if Billie Eilish doesn't have the required amount, would she be able to get verified easily? And Susan slips up real quick. She goes, yes. And then she tries to like reverse it and shit. She's like,
Oops.
But nah, man. So like, I've off and on for the past year, I've been reading a book about what is it? Rupert Murdoch, who owns Fox News.
Yeah, News Corp.
Yeah, I've been reading a book about him. In fact, I have it somewhere on my bookshelf. It's called Murdoch's World, and it's written by an NPR correspondent. So it has a bias to it, but it goes really in depth of like how this dude is like really just kind of like controlled the tabloid industry, how he basically controls like Australian politics. Like it's very in deep, and like you should get it, Jason. It would explain more about the dude, but like he's possibly the most corrupt person in the world right now.
I believe it.
Oh shit! Hang on. Would you mind if I ran over my bookshelf real quick and read you a section?
Yeah. I'm reading an article here. This kid got arrested because he jokingly tried to RKO his principal. Why would you do that?
RKO?
Randy Orton?
What you said?
WWE?
RKO? Sorry, Oh shit!
He tried to RKO his His principal, why would you do that? And he says he was just joking. Like, I saw the video, and yeah, it looks like he was just goofing around, but dude, don't do that to your fucking
Dude,
principal.
I saw so much fucked up shit in public school. I watched my best friend get basically, like, sexually assaulted by that one weird kid. Like, and there's one time, I can't say this shit on YouTube. I'll have to tell you, like, in private, or otherwise you get, like, demonetized and shit.
Oh, I'm not even going to try to monetize this stream.
But holy fuck, like, the one couple who got caught having sex, like, on the middle of the stage, has, like, the curtains opened up as we were going to have a school meeting. Just, dude, high school was fucked up for me, man.
Oh, that's nuts. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember coming to school one time, and somebody had the night before had spray painted some shit on some of the portables, and it said Mr. Gallo sucks cock. Who was the vice principal?
Yeah.
And it was funny because when I came in, he was standing in front of the graffiti, pointing at it, directing the janitor to power wash it off, like sandblast it. So like watching it there, pointing at Mr. Gallo sucks cock.
I got something to top that, Jason.
All right.
It was my junior year, right? And the drama club, which was entirely full of the queer kids, the queer kids ran drama club, right? And there was going to be a gay kiss scene in like a adaptation of Grease. Well, it wasn't like Obama walked in, so you can't do this. But the principal walked in when they were rehearsing, and he's like, "Hey guys, about this kissing thing, Orville High School has a reputation to protect." So like he was basically saying, he was basically coming out like, yeah, I'm homophobic, basically, right?
We're not known for our gayness.
Yeah, we're not known for our gays. But so like there was like a big uproar, like the school did not like that. So how did he amend the situation? You would think, he'd just go and apologize and say, yeah, you can do this. I'm sorry, I was in the wrong. That wasn't very right of me. That was kind of homophobic. That would be like, the logical thing to do. Yeah. Instead, at one of their other rehearsals, he came in with a white belt and he said, "Guys, I chose to be different today, just like how you all choose to be different." He just fucking walked out again, and he said, "Oh yeah, you still can't do the kissing."
Being gay is the same thing as wearing a different belt.
Because I chose to be different today. Oh God, dude. So me and Caleb Maupin, we're from the same hometown. It's just like the stories we have, because like our hometown is basically it's basically very WASP run, middle class run. I remember specifically one of the middle class kids, their parents got into like the not the PTO, but like the board, the Board of Education. Whatever it is. No, the Board of Education.
Okay.
They got into the Board of Education just so that he could be in the advanced classes. Keep in mind, he was like a little bit above intelligent, but the thing is like he was like really snarky. He got everything he wanted, just like very like bourgeois character, very pampered. I'll never forget the day he came in on one of like those old like 1850s like real big wheel bicycles, thinking that he was the tough shit, and then everybody made fun of him.
What?
So I guess yeah.
You don't like the old-timey bikes, huh? He kicks Homer in the face.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I saw in my mind.
Like, I can understand, he likes bicycles, but, like, riding in on that shit, man, that's... Holy shit. Dude. Oh, shit. This is like walking around with a My Little Pony shirt and asking, "Please do not bully."
Please no bully.
Oh God. But I guess we should get back to politics because I guess that's why people are here. They don't want to hear about Oh shit! Someone's talking about Orville in the fucking chat. Speaking of that, what do you think of the Smucker's Jelly logo change? Holy fuck! Someone knows about Smucker's Jelly.
I've heard of. I've heard.
Yeah,
of it.
Smucker's Jelly. It's made in my hometown. I don't get what it has to do with jelly. Like I get like they're like they're not just making jelly anymore. They make peanut butter and shit too. But like it's a stupid redesign. I hate it. I was talking to my friend who's also from Orville. We were going back through the town again, just seeing how it changed, and we were just kind of like, this makes no fucking sense. Like I can get if it had like it had the raspberries on it. I can get that, but like it's just like a couple different colors now, and it makes no fucking sense. So Dunkachino, yeah, I think it's stupid. But anyways, what's some other political commentary we can make, Jason?
Hey, check your DMs.
For
me.
Discord. Yeah, we can have them on.
Okay, Ned, jump on. The capitalist crisis in Texas. Yeah, we were just talking about that, and
yeah,
it's like, how do I put this? It's like everything's bigger in Texas, even the total fuck ups.
Well, I remember talking. So like my family on my mom's side is pretty like middle management, petty bourgeois types, middle class. A lot of them were like engineers, and I was talking to one of my family's friends who's a civil engineer, and he was saying that basically, yeah, man, the entire country's electrical grid is based. Like it's a sad state of affairs because everything got during the neoliberal era, everything got gutted.
Yeah, it's messed.
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Net
has become mute.
No, wait.
Oh, there you are.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. We can hear you now. Yeah, we were just talking about Texas and god damn.
Which is funny because I like how Kazuya Killuminati put that. He said it was a capitalist crisis, and it is. But the thing is the supporters of capitalism can't say, "Oh yeah, this is a capitalist crisis." They have to put it on the socialists for doing this. Otherwise, it would make capitalism look more flawed than what it already is.
Yeah, like how, the business area and all the rich people are off the national grid with the good protections from shit like this, and all the fucking poor regular people are the ones that are on the state grid all screwed over.
I thought about moving to Texas because taxes are lower, but I gotta say, I'm glad I didn't do that now.
Oh man, you don't know shit about taxes. I live in Canada. You know what? Okay, I gotta tell you this. Okay, you know how Ted Cruz decided to frig off on vacation during this crisis?
Yeah.
He got on a plane to go to Cancun, Mexico, with a mask, a COVID mask that says "Come and take it." He's wearing like the fucking Alamo shit while he's going to Texas, while he's going to Mexico.
Did he get his shit rocked?
No, he was pretty safe. But I mean, think about that. He doesn't even I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he's just that dumb that he doesn't realize what he's doing.
If he was really safe, this really challenges the narrative that the scary Mexicans, will beat up the white people.
When I was in high school, that was a thing. There was a lot of Canadians that were getting killed in Mexico that were on vacation.
Really?
No, they were getting robbed and getting killed.
Was it like cartel shit or?
No, it was like just random shit that just happened to be targeting. Like it was just a coincidence that they were Canadians and there was a big scare about it.
Well, I mean,
right.
well, I mean, but to be honest though, Mexico can be kind of dangerous because of all the poverty. Not to mention a lot of American corporations go down to Mexico, screw up the whole thing, and you can't. No matter what anybody says, those corporations are working with the drug cartel. No matter what they say, they're not doing. You know, when the drugs go down, the Dow Jones goes down.
Mm-hmm. Nat, you still there? You kind of cut out.
I'm here.
All right.
I'm here. I'm eating like chicken stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, I had Popeyes earlier.
Yeah, I was about to ask, you eating Popeyes?
No, it was just made for me. I don't know where it came from.
You don't know where your food came from.
Well, I'm pretty sure my wife made it for me. I just don't like to publicly talk about my family too much.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's like that filthy Frank joke, dude. McDonald's could be made from baby meat, and I'd still eat that shit.
It's true. It's fucking delicious. I
Dude,
hate that it's
some of it's
delicious.
This is where we part ways. Is that some of the McDonald's is phenomenal, and then other parts of McDonald's is just gross as hell.
Yeah, like the fucking McRib.
I miss the McRib. I want to eat another one just for nostalgia purposes. Just nostalgia. It really wasn't that great.
You probably missed the Arch Deluxe.
Yeah, the Arch Deluxe was good too.
When I was not eating kosher at all, the Arch Deluxe was my favorite thing as a teenager to eat. I don't know if you know that.
We have 3 socialists shilling for McDonald's right now.
Oh, this is bad. This needs to stop now.
Ba, 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 ba. I'm exploiting and suppressing shit out of it.
I'm building up. Well, I've been talking about this a lot openly because I think we should talk about it openly. I'm working on my plan. It's going to take a while because I'm very busy. Like literally, like I've been showing up and supporting streams all day, and I guess that's because nobody's going to see me for weeks. But yeah, I got this plan to like bully YouTube because I think it's possible. Because I realized that BreadTube does it, and if we get enough support, we can like say like, yeah, we want this as a public utility because we're talking about real stuff. But we would need a lot more support than what we have, unfortunately. And by that, I don't mean corporate support. I mean support from like audiences.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah,
Texas is the main topic.
YouTube should definitely be a public right.
A public utility.
Well,
yeah.
Dr. Weisfeld said that he'd help us. It's hard to translate stuff like that to people because I don't know how to explain why Dr. Weisfeld doesn't mesh good with the audience. You know, I mean, I've talked to you about this, Mason. It's hard to explain to people. Donna would be fine if she just stopped being so scared of having people hearing her voice all the time.
The Judas Black Messiah movie. Messiah movement. No movie. No, I've never heard of it.
Dude.
Isn't it
that came out?
Movie? Is that going to be the Fred Hampton movie?
Yeah, where he has a FBI agent like working right next to him. Like he goes into detail about that. I didn't know it came out.
I am looking forward to that. My problem is I heard that one of the people involved in the movie was actually one of the people involved in Fred Hampton's assassination. That would make sense though, because the Panthers are so popular right now. They would have to declare. There would be interest to control the narrative of who they are. Like I've seen a lot of great Black Panther documentaries, but there's always one problem. They keep skipping over the part where they're socialist.
Don Cacino asked me, "What's your favorite Woody Guthrie song?" Oh shit, I forget the title of it. Tom Joad. Where he becomes a vigilante and he starts taking it towards the capitalist class. And Preacher Casey tells him to kill them in the rivers.
Guthrie songs.
Huh?
I'm trying to. What's the name of that song that he did? It's not just "This Land Is Your Land."
Tear This Fascist Down.
I think that was it.
What's the lyrics like? Because I'm kind of a Woody Guthrie fan.
I can't even remember. I think that was it.
Come on, boys, let's show these fascists what a couple of hillbillies can do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one.
All you fascists bound to lose. Yes, sir. All you fascists bound to lose. That's a good song.
You know, a lot of those classic songs I only found out about because of your channel, Mason.
Really?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure "Love Me, I'm a Liberal" was something I saw on your channel first. I'm almost sure of that. I think so.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't
People have ever
know.
heard that song. It's a great song.
Yeah, Phil Oakes. It's a great song, and I like the updated version too. I forget who the artist is who did it, but I like the introduction that Phil Oakes does for it. This song is about the liberal, the shadiest opinion in the United States. Except the left of center at best of times and right of center when it affects them personally.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw that. I said the first time I saw that meme was over an image of the Young Turks.
Oh, that reminds me, Dukachula, I'm still going to do that, because I can tell he's in the chat. I'm still going to do that video explaining the dangers of Turkish imperialism and how pan-Turkic imperialism and all that shit going back to the Armenian genocide. I'm still going to do that. I just realized that, because I have a huge issue with the Young Turks. By the way, the Young Turks makes fun of the Jewish ultra-Orthodox for not joining the military.
Really?
Yeah. No, I've always hated the Young Turks. I mean, when everybody was like, "Oh, the Young Turks," I was like, "No, fuck them."
The Young Turks have always been like hyper liberals, man.
Well, yeah, I mean they don't. It's not like they hide that.
How do you pronounce that one dude's name? He's like the main guy behind it, Sank, whatever his name. Yeah, what's his? How do you pronounce his full name?
It's Cenk Uygur.
Cenk Uygur.
You want to know the test? You want to know the test to know when you can tell something's bad media?
How?
Measure it up against Democracy Now, and if it's not as good as Democracy Now, it's crap. That's how I could tell TYT was terrible.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I haven't kept up with Democracy Now since 2015 because I really got onto them when General Wesley Clark, that retired military general, was like spewing the shit about the war on terror and how bullshit it is. Keep in mind, this was like a United States general saying this is how it is.
It's 2007. In fact, the Bundism movement, we were always referencing that because, like, as advocates of the Kurdish plight, we also have to be realistic and understand that, like, the CIA plays on their desperateness to destabilize Syria. It is not very well known a lot of what's actually going on in Syria. And one of my problems with Democracy Now is they were not being very honest about Syria at the beginning. They only started being a little bit more fair later, and then they would go back and say the White Helmets were great when the White Helmets are not good people.
Yeah, they're the fucking Taliban.
I know.
Or at least
I know.
Or at least ISIS's ambulatory service.
Well, this is how bad it really is in Syria. Like, people say, "Oh, well, Assad never bombards people." Yeah, he does. What Assad has not done is gas people. He doesn't, like, attack the population or anything. That's not what goes on. It's that Baathists have a strange sense of humor where they think bombing civilians is funny. Saddam did that shit too. Baathists. I know people like, "Oh, Baathism is socialist." No, it's not. Jahamiria is socialist. Baathism is a very different ideology. But one thing that you'll also notice is that the army in Syria has actually saved a lot of lives too. So it's like a complicated situation, but he has bombarded civilians before during this war. At the same time, the Kurdish YPJ, they've been raping Syrian women. Almost nobody knows this. I only know this because I've been in contact with Syrians for years. Like, I get along with them. And Kurdish people, but Kurdish people and Syrians typically don't get along with each other historically. Like, that's another thing that's missing from the narrative, is that there's an actual cultural, like, hatred between the two groups. It's very difficult for them to get along with each other. Cultural, like, hatred. Did you hear about? I'm trying to read. Chua because he's cool. He actually looks up the Middle East stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear about them losing some of the rights in Syria. This is one of the reasons why I'm so critical of Baathism. It's not socialist.
You want to hear some, I think probably we can get away with this, some anti-fascist, a new anti-fascist group, anti-fascist band out of Portland?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Okay.
This is the one you showed me?
Yeah, that was the one I sent you the other day.
Yes, you should share this with people.
Their song "Fuck the Proud Boys." Okay, let's see if I can do this without losing the getting taken down. Which I just realized I'm the only one who can hear it.
Hang on, I'll listen to it on your stream. Jason, just send me the link on, just DM me the link.
Alright.
Okay, that's weird. I can't do that because like hearing you say that, Mason, then hearing my phone say what you just said is kind of weird. I can't do it.
No, I hate that audio feedback. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But I love that. I love this fucking Cowboy. This is a great song. I listen to it like, wow. You know, what the hell's wrong with you? I have a grievance against you.
Ooh.
I have a problem with you, bro. You know what the problem is? You're always late. You are always late. You're a punk. You're clearly a punk. But it took you, how long is it a fucking mohawk and just say, fuck it, I like punk music?
Oh.
That's all you gotta say, bro?
Yeah, oh well.
Get your ass back in! What we want is
I think you should make a certain band jacket. I know some fans that would like a jacket. No fans do now. Jason.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you that when I was over at...
I'm playing the song.
Oh, the song. I already heard the song. I just gave every song.
We will listen. I want it. Get our boy like fuck the Proud Boys. Get your ass back in. What we want is
Jason's still with the down.
affirmative action, affirmative action, affirmative action, affirmative action, affirmative action now.
Alright, there, the song's over. I don't know why you had to keep talking over the song.
I'm sorry. I know I committed the ultimate treason. I know it's like me listening to Led Zeppelin.
Yo, I'm back.
I can't interrupt that.
Yep.
I understand.
The song's over.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
man.
I'm like distracted. My head is everywhere right now because I'm like trying to keep up with my RT posts, but they're coming in lag. Do you think that Russian foreign policy is more? Yes, I do think that Russian foreign policy is better than Chinese foreign policy. I do actually.
Well, I got. I'll share screens on Discord here so that you can. You can. If I play another song, you can see it.
Okay.
Oh, the stream didn't get shut
I gave
down.
them I gave them a link to the song you were listening to. By the way, I gave the people in the chat the link to it.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's in the chat, bro.
I don't see it. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see it. Well, maybe it got. Okay, no, I'll just drop it now.
Maybe it didn't go through.
It might have been caught by the spam filter.
Oh shit! It didn't go through.
Well, either way, I just did it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's better that way. Yeah. Damn, YouTube is evil.
You see this? You see this on my screen?
Yeah.
Somebody said
Yeah,
somebody
just
said
watch
up
it.
the Proud Boys on the video, and I put, as you say, fuck your feelings. And then somebody backed me up and said with ropes around their neck.
I like the fact that they have the 3 arrows on there because we've given meaning to the 3 arrows lately. The Falcone general even used them today. Guys, she was talking about decolonization today. Darkstovia was talking about something with the War of Nerds, but he's going to do his own Texas stream tomorrow. I'm not going to be on YouTube at all tomorrow. I'm going to be busy. What are you guys going to be doing?
Yelling at Jason for not spelling my channel name.
What? Well, did I
You
spell
didn't
it
put
wrong?
a space. You didn't put a space between Red Scare and. We've been over this.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Hey,
Dude,
I
I'm
can't
looking-
hear you at all.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear him just fine.
What the fuck?
You can't
Hold on a
hear. You
second.
can't hear RedScareTV.
Yeah, no, I can't. This is annoying. Hold on. I'm going to hang up and then call back.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Jason speaks so I can hear you.
Man, I miss those commercials, those old Verizon commercials.
Now you just cut out again.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, you just cut out. No, I can't hear you.
No.
Oh, is your microphone fucked?
Why? Why, Mason? I can't hear him at all.
Yeah, his microphone's screwed.
You know what? It's the most sad. They're getting revenge on me, bro.
All right,
Hear
now
me
I
now?
hear. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. I'm still getting used to this mic, even though I've had it for a while. There's a little button you can press. It's supposed to change colors whenever you turn it off and on, because I was trying to mute myself when I was moving around.
Holy shit! Hey, look in chat. As soon as you say any reference to decolonization, there's some sort of panic that hits people.
Well, yeah, because the thing is for there's been certain circles in the ultra left who say that all the white people should just move back to Europe, and the entire place should either be given back to the natives or it should completely be a native rule. So when you start talking about decolonization, that's why people start getting a little iffy, because that's their mental image of decolonization based on what they've heard from other people.
Even though most natives have no desire to expel it, people per se or anything like that. Even the Back to Europe movement doesn't fucking deal with what you just described. People are scared of.
Yeah, but I can remember that being on Left Book very predominantly a couple of years ago. It was a very ultra leftist, especially among ultra leftist Maoists, for the entire land to be given back to natives, and they should have a majority rule. So, I can understand where they're coming from.
And you just went silent again.
You notice
Sorry.
it only goes silent when he says something truly relevant that we all need to hear.
No, it's my internet
Because
connection. My computer's fucked. I need to update it.
Let me indulge in my paranoia. Sorry, never mind.
But
Anyway, as you were saying.
yeah, because a couple of years ago in Left Book, there's kind of like a bit of a movement for people. Sorry, for people among the ultra leftist Maoist circles to say, for a true decolonization tactic, we need to give the land back completely to the natives, and they need to rule it. It was a very, how you might want to say, it was very out of touch with what most natives really want. So when many communists hear, land back or decolonization, that's what they think of, because they think when you say land back, they think, oh, the natives want all the land back, or, this is what this native is saying, they want all the land back, and they want either a majority rule or they want to kick out all the white people. Because, it's that Sakaiism that there's no such thing as a white proletariat.
Yeah, that's
Capitalism is still running rampant for some reason. I don't know why, even though you can't even justify Sakaiism.
I'm going to go off and be a little controversial here. I've been reading Wretched of the Earth, which a lot of it I agree with, but I think certain attitudes of Frantz Fanon and his anger gets a little out of control, and that spreads into Sakaiism, which spreads into that mindset of, kick out all the white people, because that's the only true anti-colonial struggle.
Settlers wasn't written by Franz. It was written by...
I know that, Ned. What I'm saying is I think the rage that's found within Jay Sakai is found from Frantz Fanon.
Oh, okay. I think the thing that's problematic about Settlers is not that it's even a bad book. It's too much of an entry-level book. It you know what I mean? Like, if you read it.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't really go over a lot of things that it should.
I know. I remember, God, I remember back in like 2016, 2017 on Left Book when you couldn't go. I'm glad I stopped being a part of Left Book circles. But I'm so, like, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing, oh, read Settlers. And it was just like, shut up. This has no real bearing. And in fact, I kind of lost my faith in the communist movement once Settlers started, picking up a little bit. Because it's like, this isn't what we represent. It's not what we're about. It's about changing the social relations that's creating this and moving on into a better world. It's not, fuck whitey.
No, that's the problem, and because of Rame, that got permanently associated with third worldism.
Well, I've had my personal experiences of Rame. I don't know how much I can say on this channel. Because
But
I really wish Jason would just tell people everything he's told me, everything the Maoists I know have told me, everything the third worldists have told me. I have heard, like, the worst shit about Rame, and I think it's about time people know. Because I noticed something. I pointed this out to Jason. I was like, you notice, like, how happier all of a sudden the Black Internationalist seems? You notice how Anti-Conquista seems to be, like, improving its game? It's almost as if Rame being gone has made everybody happy. He said, Rame being gone. Jason says to me, Rame being gone has made everybody happy and made everybody improve their performance.
Jason, how much are we allowed to talk about this before we go on?
It's not like...
Because I know you want to come out with this on your own terms.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm really...
But
ready to talk about everything that happened, but I mean, there is a general consensus that they were complete pieces of shit.
Like there's things I want to say and I won't, but I'll just end it with.
Hey, no, if you got your own personal experiences, by all means.
Well, I'm not going to name names because this involves another communist YouTuber who's in everyone's good graces, so I'm not going to go into it. But I remember a member of Rame who was very prominent. Two things about him. First off, he cyberbullied me, doxed me, and then found my dad's phone number and called him and told him and pretended to be an FBI agent. And keep in mind, at this time, I'm 17, getting ready to leave the house and everything. But now I have to deal with my dad saying, oh, the FBI is contacting you, this, that, and the third. And just like it started a shitstorm in my personal life. And another thing is that same member of Rame created a sock account to bully transgender people by sending them pictures of dead transgender people. Who have been
Oh,
mutilated.
I know who that is.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, once you said that, yeah, I know who that is. Just for
But I'm
confirmation,
not-
I dropped a name in the chat. Yeah, is that who I think it is?
Hang on, I'm in full screen right now. Let me tab out. Yep.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
know who
him.
that is.
I'm not going to say names because that would look bad on a communist who used to associate with them, and I don't want to create a shit show for that person.
I
They're
just
good
feel
people.
violated because I had to hear from everybody that was not me what Rame was about, what the revolutionary anti-imperialist.
The thing is Rame used to have a very good, I guess you could say, cultural hegemony on the communist movement because they're very integrated in many cliques back in the day. But it's everything has become better now that Rame is gone. The only thing I fear is like another Rame coming back. To which I'd say Rame has contributed a lot to the Radlib crisis that we're facing right now.
Oh God,
They're
they're
not-
basically the progenitors of that.
They are, and the thing is like because they help pioneer that.
So if you
'Cause-
take a Sakaiist and mix it with an SJW, you get a Radlib. That's kind
Yeah.
of scary.
But the thing is like you can pinpoint them as, if not the epicenter, as one of the epicenters of the whole not the SJW movement, but of the Radlib movement, because a lot of people who became Radlibs, who were claiming to be communists at that time, were always sharing something from Rame. And they're always exposing Rame views. They're always trying to tear down Jason based on something that Rame had said. And, I'm just glad Rame is gone because they targeted me.
You know what? I'm going to let you in on something. In 2018, when the Bundism movement officially started making YouTube content for educational purposes, we were actually trying to hold off even further. What forced us out was when Trump did that stupid Jerusalem decision. That's what forced us to build a channel. So that's when me and Donna built it, was basically in response to that. But the funny thing is you know what kept me from going on YouTube? Knowing that, and this is the honest truth, watching that I was always watching Jason, watching how Jason was always the consistent target of the left, and yet the rest of the left always seemed dishonest to me. And like Jason, to me, the honest left was Jason and Finbold.
Well, yeah, but it was also bad for me. I'm not trying to, say, poor me and victimize myself. But it's also bad for me because me and Jason have been longtime collaborators. So, I would always, hear about, you're such a fucking, transphobic scumbag, you're a piece of shit. And it's just like, fuck off.
Actually, I always thought this was funny. The actual official line from Rame, and this was a thing that they publicly promoted. They said only a trans person could lead the revolution because only a trans person would know what it's like to be both a man and a woman. And I thought,
that's transphobic.
All previous leaders were not trans. I'm sorry, that just doesn't make any sense.
No, and I heard something like that on Twitter a while back.
And what was interesting is that they claimed there were no men in Rame. They were either trans or they were what was called non-men.
Okay. But I remember someone on Twitter not too long ago said that only cat girls can lead the communist revolution. What they meant by cat girls is communist, anarchist, transgender people can only lead the revolution.
Okay.
I just thought, I think that's...
I always thought that was hilarious. Rame would use Che Guevara's image. Like, you realize what a hyper-masculine fucking guy Che Guevara was, right?
Oh yeah, have you read the Motorcycle Diaries?
He was fine. Dude, he was a womanizer
Dude,
as fuck.
him talking about women in that would not fly today.
No.
I remember him talking about, like, the breast sizes of, like, certain women when he was on his motorcycle trip. It's like, like, how he objectified women.
Like, and his wife...
Can I tell you what I really think the real Radlib threat ultimately is amounting to, and we're already starting to see it? It comes down to this. Never mind what trans people actually really go through. Trans is the way to shut people down, but not just trans. Everything that seems progressive to fight for. So therefore, it's like, to steal a line from Rick and Morty, it's like he's like, Uncle Rick is like, Grandpa Rick, stop this now or I will tweet and you will be canceled. It's basically that cancel culture. It's an actual thing, right? So like, we are at the age now where if you say anything about like, okay, yeah, like I know that the rad libs are not this way right now, but I do think they will become this way. I think they will degenerate worse and worse. That it's going to be like, in the name of sexual liberty, Islamophobia is the right way. It is the only way. We must all become Islamophobes, Judophobes. In fact, we should hate everybody that's part of any ancient tradition. In fact, we need to liberate the third world from itself because transphobia. Because homophobia.
What you're saying is that radical liberalism is basically going to become the new American exceptionalism.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. In fact, and nobody wants to believe that, but no, I see it happening. Like, I told Jason as soon as he did the. I have one problem with your video, Jason, that you did where you were like doing that rant. It was I had to keep turning up the volume. It was too.
Yeah,
low.
I fucked up the editing on that.
Everything else was awesome. I'm so and thank you for the shout about the Bundists. Like, thank you. Like like we are, nobody really talks to us, but like even though we actually are all over the world, we're not so much organized anymore. We would have been organized had the movement that we started in Arizona been allowed to survive, but anyway, I digress. Actually, Bundism appeals more to Jewish people than ever before, but you won't know this if you do a keyboard search. And this is why I'm so tired of trying to justify everything to everybody. Like, the internet is already dead. You search for Bundism, you'll think it's in the past, but actually it's in demand in Australia and in France among Jewish people. It's like actually in demand. And nobody, you look through any article, we're always used in the past tense. That shit's deliberate. That is deliberate. And so that when people I talk to these Zoomers and shit, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to check the internet," and I have to say, "Do you know what CISPA is? Do you know what SOPA was? Do you understand that the internet is actually more controlled than television now? I am more likely to get interviewed on PBS than to try to get to grind and get somewhere on YouTube. It's just the truth."
Well, no one watches cable anymore. But what I also think it comes down to is the fact that there's still a lot of strong communist movements, like in Greece, Russia, the Philippine Revolution is still going on. So I think it's more just a comparison thing.
Well, no doubt, but the rad lib threat is a world threat. We have to take it seriously.
Oh, it is.
It isn't even. Yeah.
But I think it's just weird, man, because I've watched radical liberalism sprout from Rame and then just grow into this national phenomenon. It's fucking weird. It's scary, but it's I don't know how to put it in words, but it's just to see this real niche thing just get blown up and get co-opted by the Democrats is it's a little scary.
Well, it makes sense because they need their version of fascism. Because you look at the Republican Party, there's two camps. There's the old guard and there's the fascists. You look at the Democrat Party, there were three camps. There was the old guard, the progressives, and the rad libs. And the progressives were destroyed. Bernie, it's over. And AOC's even worse than him, because at least with whatever Bernie did stick to, he did stick to, mind you, imperialist. But the issues he did stay consistent on, Look at Isaac Cortez, never consistent on anything. I'm sorry, I don't see what people ever saw in her. I used to be kind of soft on her, and I don't hate her as a person, but I don't think she offers anything.
Well, what it comes down to is the fact that she was a working class girl, barely making it, and a lot of people related to her, and she had quote unquote. And she had, in parentheses, socialist policies, but just social democrat policies. But that in the end, a lot of people identified with her.
I mean, okay, yeah, I get it. I guess it's just that this is why I'm tired of people trying to talk about voting. It's never gonna fucking work. Like, I literally got into an argument with the chairman, Dr. Weisfeld. He's like, well, we do what we can, what we can. I'm like, I'm tired of hearing that shit. That's exactly why nothing works. The Oslo Agreement, goodbye Palestine. That's what it was. As soon as Arafat made a deal, it was over. As soon as nonviolence enters the discourse, you've lost. There's two things I think we have to get rid of: terrorism and nonviolence. I say terrorism because terrorism does have a definition. People like it's arbitrary. No, it's not. The Weather Underground is terrorism. Terrorism is hostage taking. It's it's intimidation of the government, and it never works and only clamps down. The only times terrorism ever worked was because when it was done in certain times, it's because of new avenues technology. So like the one time the PLO actually did a terrorist act, it worked because that use of airlines was new to the public at the time. In the 1970s, airlines were...
You talking about the PLFP?
No, I'm talking about PLO when they did, like, do you know about the hostage situation thing that they did, or like I forget what the details were, but they did a terrorist act.
I haven't heard of this. Are you talking about the Iranian hostage crisis, or?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, you're talking about the hostages in Berlin.
Iran has never been.
Oh. Okay.
So what? Oh yeah. Okay. No. So yeah. So like terrorism, we know what terrorism is. In fact, terrorism was a tactic of the left.
Test.
The only times it worked is because of rare incidences. The one time it worked for the PLO was because they took an avenue. They did something nobody had ever done before. They took control of a plane, basically, and did shit at the Olympics or whatever. I might be confusing certain other events with other events. I'd have to research up on it. But I bring this up because I've tried to tell people what terrorism is. First of all, get your shit correct. First of all, a terrorist is someone that specializes in terrorism. And terrorism is nothing more, nothing less than the terror tactic. And the terror tactic involves hostage taking, hijacking of vehicles, bombing things, whatever. Like the IRA was not terrorists. They would warn that they were going to bomb a building, and then they never did it in a civilian. It was always a government building. But you get into the Weather Underground, they would bomb civilians. They would blow it up. And, another thing about the Weather Underground is that Fred Hampton was so embarrassed by them, he called them anarchists. At the Weather Underground, they were a mix of anarchism, Trotskyism, and Mao Zedong thought. So how the fuck you do that, I don't know. But whatever.
You guys can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Okay, good, because I had to okay, right click on me and turn the volume up because I had to switch microphones.
Okay, here, I'll do it. User volume.
Right click on you.
100. Try now.
Test.
Okay.
Here, I'll do it more. All right, try now.
Test.
Sound better.
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I had to switch microphones. My roommates were being too loud.
All right, but one thing I want to say about the Weather Underground is they had the best greeting ever. Do you know which way the weather blows?
I know. Yeah, they did. It's funny because I only found out recently from some friends. I don't know like how well they know Jason, but they're good friends. They're third worlds. They told me that Prairie Fire is kind of the embarrassment because he was the one in the LCO that actually was inspired by the Weather Underground, but nobody else in the LCO shared that sentiment.
Yeah,
and I asked Jason about that. And he it was funny because it was confirmed through Red Renegade. He's like, "Oh yeah, Prairie Fire was definitely inspired by the Weather Underground." I was like, "Wow." I get it, but it makes sense if you think about it. Commander Prairie Fire. Prairie Fire was like a slogan that they used in the Weather Underground, so it does make sense.
Well, I think it comes from Mao when he's talking about the will of the people and how a single spark can cause a prairie fire.
Yeah, but that was the name of a certain a strand of literature that came from the Weather Underground, the Prairie Fire, which obviously they got from Mao. But do you get what I mean? Like it's very it's kind of funny. Like why should one person in the LCO make a difference to everybody else in the LCO? I mean, okay, like it's kind of weird. Like when I look back at it, there was a lot of systematic, calculated, deliberate attacks on the LCO and attacks on Jason Unruhe, which never made much sense to me. But then when I found out what Rame really was and all that other shit, everybody started telling me, including Jason and you.
Wreckers, that's it.
It was traumatized. I'm like, why? And I kept getting angry. Like, why don't people talk about this openly? Like, what the fuck? My friends are
because Rame is dead.
Succeeded.
That's why.
Yeah, they had some like really batshit insane ideas. Like there was there was that exchange between Mim and the LLCO on the idea, you know, all sex is rape. And Rame essentially sided with Mim that, yeah, all heterosexual sex under capitalism is rape. And I was like, no, that's
going a little too far, buddy. You might want to recheck your views.
That's an insult to people.
I know people don't like to hear it, but when people go that far, all I wonder is, like, how long is it going to take for them to go after Muslims and Orthodox Jews with mindset like that?
Because I know Rame detested religion.
Well, then that's another thing you get from, you know, Radlibs is this anti-Christian view, which, you know, I can get where Christianity played a role in colonization, but it wasn't Christianity. It was Christendom, which is against, and I'm speaking as a Presbyterian here, Christendom, which is, you know, the social order of the reign of a Christian, you know, society, is against what Jesus said, in which, you know, the kingdom of God is not earthly, it's heavenly. And, you know, there should be no kingdom of God on earth, and, you know, Christians shouldn't establish a kingdom here. And, you know, Christendom should not be confused with Christianity. Christendom caused the Inquisition, but Christianity did not cause the Inquisition.
It's pronounced Christendom.
Christendom.
Same thing. It's Christendom.
Christendom.
I mean, I can understand where people are coming from. I mean, let's be honest, Christianity in the U.S. is actually pretty bad.
It is. I'll say that.
So I can understand.
Myself, it is.
So I can understand why a lot of people would harbor a lot of, you know, negative feelings towards Christianity in the U.S., considering how bad it's been.
But the thing is, that's Christendom. That's not Christ. That's not Christianity. Christian evangelicals, you know, conservative evangelicals, that is Christendom. That's not
Don't
Christianity.
Forget the Mormons, the worst creatures in the universe. Sorry.
Anyways. Oh shit, I was going to say something, but I forgot.
Christendom, evangelicals, you know, not being authentic to organic Christianity.
No, it's not. It's like, you know, Jesus said, you know, the kingdom of God is in heaven. It's not on earth. You know, and I hate this, like, you know, and this is something that comes from Lenin too. I think Lenin had some very anti-religious views, which I can understand with the Russian Orthodox Church, but Lenin shouldn't have been targeting Christianity. It should have been targeting Christendom, which is one of my main gripes with Lenin, because it's caused some very irreversible effects on the communist movement and anti-religious sentiment.
You know, I'll back up what you say, because as you know, I have Catholic friends, you know what I mean? And one of their biggest goals is to purge out every mistake that the Catholic Church made. You know, and the irony is that you have these bourgeois Catholics that repress the fuck out of them, because if they got their message out, they would be the majority of the Catholics, actually. Because, you know, ever since Catholics were able to read, I think it shifted a lot of their consciousness. But
well, I would say that American Catholics aren't even Catholic, Protestants.
No, I can agree with that. But the point that I'm bringing about that is that when you look at the Catholic religion, this is what's so sad. And then you look at the Crusades and the Inquisition. If you go through the Catholic Bible, Catholic Catechism, canon law, and all that, there literally is no justification for the Inquisition or the Crusades. You literally, by the Catholic religion itself, you cannot justify these actions. And you know, when I looked into it, I realized, you know, a lot of this has to do with why materialism matters. From a religious point of view, not just from the scientific point of view, materialism must matter, because when you look at it historically, the reason why the Catholic Church did any of this stuff was because people couldn't read Latin. And when you think about when the Vatican was formed, which was originally supposed to be a library to save all the books, basically, you got these people holding the books, and more people are donating to their property to make church property. That those comforts, it's just material logic at that point. Those comforts, they look at how the rest of Europe is all gloomy. They're not going to want to get rid of that power, because there is that principle: absolute power corrupts absolutely. But power often is a material. Power is material, and when there's poverty everywhere and you have it a little bit, well, it's scary being out in the cold, basically. So, like, when you look at it historically, illiteracy is what fucked up the Catholic Church. You can literally say, yes, illiteracy did this. Because you don't see the same
you okay there with
the
your
Eastern
microphone?
Orthodox churches. I mean, you got the Russian Orthodox Church later, but
You okay?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you okay there with your microphone?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You're hitting it a lot, and it's making a hell of a lot of noise.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting comfortable. I'm just readjusting.
Oh wait, are you sure it's not this sound?
No, it's Red Scare.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I get it. All right. So anyway, I didn't mean to do that super different option. I was just saying I concur what you're saying about Christianity. You do have to make that distinction between Christendom and Christianity, because there actually is a difference if we're going to be intellectually honest about this.
Well, yeah, and Christendom is colonialism, and Jesus wasn't a colonialist. He wasn't. What's a good example of colonial? He wasn't. Starting the African slave trade. He wasn't, genociding the natives.
Kind of crazy anarcho-syndicalist, and his Jewish Pharisee rivals were actually the Marxists. There you go. I'm messing with you, Mason.
Anyways, what are some other things? Oh, I know something I want to talk about. The Russian Orthodox Church in the past year, and their allegations that COVID was started by Jews.
Yes, out of all the Eastern Orthodox Church, the one that is the most difficult for any Jew to deal with to this day is the Russian Orthodox Church. It's kind of weird because we get along with the Eastern Orthodox, but the Russian Orthodox, it's I don't know.
Well, I
get along with a couple.
I think the Soviet Union did have a very good reason, not in suppressing the Russian Orthodox religion, but the organizational of the Russian Orthodox Church, because it is a anti-Semitic, pro-czarist, reactionary organization. I mean, for Christ's sake, they had their own secret police in the Okra, which started pogroms. You do know what the Okra is, right?
Oh, like, okay. So, who here has ever heard of Fiddler on the Roof?
Oh,
I've heard of it. I never watched or listened to it.
You make me very sad, Mason. Fiddler on the Roof is about the pogroms, basically. Yeah, very, very important play. It was originally done Yiddish, very popular. It's a movie also. And it deals pretty basically in a nutshell. The movie originally, the play is about the pogroms, and the pogroms like they're very well documented in the history, and it was largely justified through the Russian Orthodox Church. I mean, so like you think about what the biggest corruption I think that takes place with the Roman Catholic Church is not really their religion. It's the fact that the Pope is supposed to be the Bishop of Rome, but instead he becomes the Vicar of Christ, which is where his office gets kind of corrupted, basically. And I know that I'm not a Christian, but I've studied its religion well enough to see where the cracks are in the Catholic religion, because it's not so much the religion itself, but the way they handle the papacy. But the irony is, you are more like when you measure the Roman Catholic Church up against the Russian Orthodox Church, because the Russian Orthodox Church, unlike its other Eastern Orthodox, Christian, siblings, it's actually potentially worse than the Roman Catholic Church ever was. Because, like, you're more likely to get a good pope. Whereas the problem with the Russian Orthodox Church is it literally had to worship the Tsar. Like, they didn't worship the Tsar, but, like, they were subjected to the Tsar. In fact, unbeknownst to a lot of people...
Well, and, you couldn't... The thing is you couldn't... Like, if you were to say, the Tsar is not appointed by God himself, then, the Russian Orthodox Church and, the Tsardom would send the Okra after you, the Russian secret police at that time.
Yeah, well, do you know that the Tsarina, Nikolai's wife, I'm talking about the last Tsar, Nikolai, I'm not sure how to say his full name in Russian, but you know what I'm talking about. Um, little Nikolai, short little Nikolai, God, he was kind of puny when you compare him to all his relatives. It's kind of hilarious.
Sorry, I cut out.
Nikolai's wife, the Tsarina, who I can't remember her name, but I'm guessing she was originally a Lutheran. I can't remember the exact points, but the point is, she wanted Grigori or Rasputin to become a saint. And there was serious resistance from the Russian Orthodox Church about this. But do you know how close they got?
I thought he did become a saint eventually, just recently.
That's insane. Okay, I'm going to tell you about Grigori. Grigori literally would go up to the fucking balconies, bro, and he'd fucking pull down his, like, he'd unloose his robes, stick his balls and cock out for everybody to see, and says, "This is what rules Russia." I'm not kidding. That's Rasputin, the real Rasputin.
Hang on. I mean, I'm looking this up real quick.
If they can
no,
make
he hasn't. He hasn't been made a saint, but Tsar Nicholas II has been made a saint.
Ugh. Oh, great! What about Stalin? He deserves it more.
Actually, certain circles of the Russian Orthodox Church do consider him a saint. Saint Joseph. That was the basis of my joke for Saint Joseph Stalin, because he's literally in some circles considered a saint. But yeah, Saint Joseph Stalin, defender of Moscow.
I love it. I haven't heard much of Jason. This is his stream.
Oh yeah, like, I know, but you're really going on about the Christianity stuff, and you.
Sorry, I'm toning that down.
No. I mean, it's that you know more than I do, so I'm gonna defer to those who know better than me.
You know, this is actually a very beautiful picture. You have a Sami, a Jew, and a Calvinist. Where else would this happen? Only here. I love it.
Someone asked me a question. Am I excited for the XFL? I wasn't even aware that they were coming back. To be honest, I kind of lost interest. Like, yeah, I was watching it a little bit when it first started, but I like how hard hitting and just overall how the play was. It was completely different from the NFL, which I'm a Steelers fan. But, you know, I just kind of lost interest. I think a lot of people did too. I'm not really too excited for it coming back.
Oh, you're a Schittsburg fan.
Yep. Go Penguins.
Yeah, I know. I'm just messing with you. I don't even watch sports. I just like doing that.
You know, Mason, I'm very sad that we didn't watch The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
We'll watch the next time you're over, Net. But for Jason, I've always been disappointed that you're my only Canadian friend, and I can't talk to you about hockey.
Honestly, you know, team sports have never really been my thing. I've never really been much of a team player, to be honest.
Yeah, oh man, I've kind of flunked out on watching the NHL this season. The Penguins are kind of playing kind of shit. They don't have any fucking defense to match their really great and aggressive offense. But it's like, Jesus Christ, man, we need to fire our GM. Really great. Oh. Damn, this is the longest stream I've done in a while. I think the last time I did a stream like this, I was on with Zanzi.
Well, you know what's funny? Like, these kind of streams are actually in demand, and you know, I think it's something to be said that I told you, by the way, Mason. I told you you're a lot more popular than you think you are. Maybe you finally figured that out. You know, I guess it's because you keep taking these hiatus. You build up like the anticipation, but then you don't have as many subscribers as a result.
Yeah, well, the thing is because, you know, ever since 2017, I've experienced a lot of droughts of instability. And I was living with my dad, but it's like, you know, my parents haven't always been very supportive. In fact, I don't even talk to my parents anymore. But it's like, you know, my dad would like flare up, have an anger issue, kick me out, then it's like I'm homeless all of a sudden. So, you know, I've been, you know, when you're lumping, living out of your truck and living couch to couch, you don't have time to make videos.
Indeed.
Someone asked, Mass Casualty asked in the chat, Comrade Net was a part of the mini doc they did on the sacrifice zones, correct? Yes, he was. He I didn't know how to list him in the credits, so I just put him as additional commentary.
Yeah. No, I liked it though. That's cool. That's cool. I wasn't the star of that documentary. I don't consider. I was just there. I was glad to be there. I was glad to bear witness so that I can confirm that what I thought was the case was exactly what I thought the case was. Ohio is the sacrifice zone state, just as I would say Detroit is the sacrifice zone city. There are sacrifice zones throughout the United States, but Ohio takes the cake. Like the whole thing looks like it got sacrificed.
It's funny because in Worcester, there used to be, I don't know how to describe the smell, but there used to be this very predominant smell. Like you could just walk into the building, like, the Rubbermaid retail store. You could walk in there and you would smell it. You go into another retail store and you could smell it. Worcester used to have a definitive smell. And it's like it's gone. But when I was going to the U-Haul place so I could rent a trailer to put on my truck so I could move my shit into my apartment, it's like, I smelled that again. I got like a brief good whiff of nostalgia, like literally. And it was kind of sad because, as soon as I stepped back outside of the U-Haul place, I just looked out there and there's the Artiflex factory. And the Artiflex factory, for people who don't know, it's a very dangerous place to work at. I think they have over $200,000 in OSHA fines. In fact, at one point, there was a permanent OSHA factory there. I mean, not OSHA factory, OSHA office that was just kind of like an add-on to it. And it's just like, yeah, and it's like, it's sad, watching this place go downhill. Granted, I'm not a Worcester native. In fact, Worcester was our hometown rival. But, just watching the whole Wayne County area just go down. I remember hanging out with my high school girlfriend and hanging out at her friend's trailer. And we were just walking around, and her friend was like, don't walk in this area right here. My dad cooks meth under there. And it's like, it's not funny. It's not funny, because you're watching this place go downhill.
It's not funny. None of it's funny. It's just that the irony. I don't know how to. I don't know. Keep going.
But it's like, just watching this place just go downhill. Like, granted, I'm not going to say, the middle class lifestyle was better, because the middle class used to persecute a lot of people. I remember my creative writing teacher telling me about how back in like 2008, the goth movement was real big. And, the WASPs were persecuting the goths, saying, oh, you can't wear this. So they had to, bring up a legal case saying, yeah, we can't do this. So I'm not, nostalgic primarily for, the times when the WASP reigned supreme in my area. But in the same instance, I'm more nostalgic for that, stability and, that community that used to be there. And, capitalism's just gone and it's uprooted everything.
So wait, you're telling me they had an issue with goth?
Yeah, they did. They said, you can't dress this way, you can't do this. And
like what, in public or on the job or
at school? You can't dress this way at school. And they also have issues at like out in public. But the thing is, the WASPs don't have much control out in public as they do in like, the public schools, which, it's very WASP run.
Your dress code. Okay, well, see, it's different for me because I went to a Catholic school, so there was a very strict dress code, so that was never really a thing.
Yeah, they said, you can't have, your, and it's like, it's not like they had like holes in their pants or anything. It was just like those really big like jeans they had back in the day, all black and stuff.
Oh, those Jinko jeans.
Yeah, the Jenko jeans, and like, but they're all black and shit. I remember one of them always wore like a top hat and like a cape.
That's where they had a problem with formal wear?
Yeah.
Shouldn't I just tell them to fuck off?
But like, they're like, hey, you can't do this. This is against school policy.
There's actually against formal wear.
But there is actually a court case from the Vietnam War for like protests and shit when students wore black armbands in the school. They didn't say.
Oh, you cut out again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he dropped right out. Yeah, but that's really stupid. Like, oh, you can't wear formal wear. Where in the rules does it say you can't?
I'd be so busted because I've always been kind of gothic, honestly. Like I like. Well, it's weird. It's more of a state of mind. I actually have a thing I say. Goth is a state of mind. Emo's a phase.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Hold on a second.
Come on, Mason, where you at? Nah, he like must have straight up disconnected. Oh yeah, he's out of the chat now. Oh great, looks like it's only me now. Yeah, that's kind of really a nonsense thing. I mean, I understand a dress code within certain restrictions, like things that are not appropriate for underage persons. Okay, I understand that, and I understand, you know, cleanliness up to a certain degree. But I mean, like, getting mad because somebody wore formal wear, like, God damn it.
You know the thing about you, Jason, is? You know what the thing is with you?
Well,
You're going to hate me. I'm about to oust you publicly. Are you ready?
All right.
Are you ready?
Bring it, bitch.
Okay. You're a very compassionate person. You care a lot, and you're too logical.
Got me?
Yep, totally did. I got you, dude.
All right.
You think too logically. You are too much into your dialectical materialism, and you're a compassionate person, and you care a lot, and so you are baffled by stupidity. You're watching the world melt into stupidity. You've been doing it forever, bro, and you're like, I just don't understand why you're so stupid. And, you know, it's like, am I really that smart, or am I just average and they're just dumb? It's that terrible position. It's always going to be that way, too.
I have asked myself that one time.
I was asked if I have a college degree. No, I don't have a college degree. In fact, I never finished high school. My knowledge comes from the fact that I actually went outside the United States too many times.
Because, yeah, I never really understood the thing. Like, now I wish that when I was a teenager, I mean, yeah, I wish I'd known then what I know now. You know, that's always the case. I'd wish I'd had the self-confidence then that I had now. I think I could have been a very different person. I
feel the same way actually about a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I'm doing now is not such a big deal, and I would have been better off if I had started doing what I'm doing now years ago. I guess it's like the truth is, bro, a lot of it has to do with our generation. Like we're both at the very end of Generation X. They try to relabel us millennials, which is bullshit because we're actually Generation X. But like, we're at the very end of Generation X, and you know what the problem is? They don't want our generation conscious because they like our generation where it's at, where it's been divided the whole time. Because our generation saw technology change. We were told all this freedom was coming, and then the war on terror happened. I mean, I'm speaking more from a United States paradigm, but well, then again, Canada, United States, same thing. You guys don't even have a culture, so I mean, I'm not trying to offend you, but Canada has no culture. What?
There's Tim Hortons. There's Canadian cultural songs.
Okay, sure there are. I'm kidding, bro.
Yeah, there's a song called the Log Driver's Waltz.
I would like to know what Canadian cultural songs sound like. In all honesty, I'd be very curious.
Here, let me screen share so that you can see this. I think Red Scare is trying to get back in.
He is trying to get back in. Why is he having technical difficulties?
Okay, on my screen, I will show you. My a Canadian cultural thing. Actually, yeah, you guys will be able to hear this. It's called the Log Driver's Waltz. log drivers. You know, like when somebody cuts down the trees, and they push.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know what they are. All right, let me see this.
If you ask any girl from the parish around what pleases her most from her head to her toes, she'll say, I'm not sure that it's business of yours, but I do like to waltz with a log driver, for he goes burning down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. It's burning down and down white water. The log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. When the drive's nearly over, I like to go down and watch all the lads as they work on the river. I know that come evening they'll be in the town, and we all like to waltz with the log driver, for he goes burning down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. It's burning down and down white water. A log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Both my parents I've had to give way and dance with the doctors and merchants and lawyers. Their manners are fine, but their feet are of clay, for there's none with the style of my log driver, for he goes burning down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. It's burning down and down white water. A log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. I've had my chances with all sorts of men, but none is so fine as my lad on the river. So when the drive's over, if he asks me again, I think I will marry my log driver, for he goes burning down and down white water. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly. It's burning down and down white water. A log driver's waltz pleases girls completely. Burning down and down white water. A log driver's waltz pleases girls completely.
Yeah,
that was actually kind of cute.
Yeah, that's some of the music from my childhood. Very, very old thing. And this channel that you're seeing that the people can't see, that's the National Film Board of Canada, which has all that kind of stuff in there.
Did Red Scare come back yet?
He's having some he's having some serious connection issues.
This sucks. His name is on this stream. I didn't even expect to be on here, and he's gone. I feel sad. Again, I'm sad. He texts me, I'm trying it, goddammit.
Oh, God. But yeah, but I mean, I never... it's like, you know, why do people have to fight about such stupid shit? Like something as absolutely meaningless as some, like, tiny aesthetic?
Well, because, you see, Jason, in America, if we shatter the illusions that everything is white and Christian, and by white we don't even mean white skin, like white clothes, white picket fence, you know, Jesus, apple pie, hot dogs, baseball, and Chevrolet, and you know all that, it will all go down, and the devil will rise and take over with the Gothic, satanic, communist conspiracy.
Because I knew some goth kids in high school, and the school that they used to go to, everybody just kept claiming that they had AIDS because they had face paint, face makeup really white. I kept saying AIDS, AIDS.
So it's like when you make a good argument, a very straightforward argument, maybe not even a good argument, but just a decent enough argument to comprehend, to explain a certain situation about something with theory. And it's a good argument. You give them 5-minute video explaining it. Next thing you know, they're like, I've defeated your argument with this meme. That's the story of real life. The more you speak of these things, the more I realize that that's what you're looking at. You're like, how? Why? How does AIDS have anything to do with this? AIDS? What does that even mean? This, I got one for you. You'll know what this one is. This show is Clown Shoes.
This show is Clown Shoes. What the fuck does that even mean?
So your reply was, what the fuck does that even mean?
Hey,
but that is the story of your life.
Do you want to switch? Do you want to switch this over to Skype because Mason's?
Yes, please.
Okay,
please.
I'll hang up and I'll call you both on Skype.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, if you want to save bandwidth, you could turn your camera off.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're having connection issues, if you shut off your camera, you'll be using less.
Yeah, I know. No, Discord just sucks. It's always sucked for me. So we still on the air?
Yeah, we're still on the air.
Hello.
Hey, right. Everybody can hear him, right?
Can you hear me? I think I can.
Yeah, I can hear it. And I'm asking if the audience
Discord
should still be able to hear.
Yeah, no, Discord's always fucking sucked for me. It's always, it does this thing where it's stuck in, perpetual update loop. So yeah, you've seen that, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen that shit.
I absolutely detest Discord, but it's what all the cool kids want to use this day. So I don't know. I'm kind of.
I didn't want to be on Discord. I don't want to be on Discord because I'm afraid of Discord. And guess what? There was a terrible collaboration. They both denied that they did it to me, but Jason Unruhe, with the help of the Falcone General, decided to force Comrade Net on Discord. Now everybody knows about what you and she did to me. You know how it happened? Well, I'm so glad to be there. Believe it or not, I really am. I'm just worried because I've been dreading this because I dread Discord because.
It's too overly technical.
It's confusing. And, apparently I have to do this in order to make my shit grow. I'm like, man, I'm not a YouTube content creator. I'm not.
You're the one who wanted to become one.
I don't know how it happened. I spend the majority of my stuff on real life and not online.
You want to jump in the deep end. You gotta learn how to swim.
Well, I'm trying to bring reality to social media, which is fucking insane, bro. It doesn't even translate the same way. You tell the truth about something, people are like, oh, well, this isn't like edgy Lord gamer shit, so I don't care.
Anyways, am I coming through? All
You're
right.
coming in perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. Change. Yeah, okay, just making sure, because, sometimes Skype doesn't want to play nice with my headset and microphones set up.
Microfilm.
So what's the conversations that I missed out on?
Oh, I just mentioned how the Falcone General and Jason Under collaborated to force me on Skype. You can't say, oh, well, we were trying to get you to speak. No, because I've been on your stream before on the video game thing, and I didn't need any Discord, didn't have this problem before. So,
all right, am I sounding? Can you hear me now? Because I just switched my Yeti microphone.
I can hear you the whole time.
Yeah, we hear you fine.
No, because I just messed with the settings, so I just want to make sure it was fine.
Why are you such a perfectionist, bro?
Do you see my editing, man? You've seen me edit.
Yes. Okay, never mind.
And look how good that shit came out.
Okay.
And now the stream's coming out better because people can hear me better, therefore they can hear my points better.
That's actually kind of cool. I was there in the editing room a couple times watching you edit. I had to give you your space, though, and I understand that because I'm the same way. But, it was cool. I got to see the full documentary before it was released.
You had a private VIP pass.
Yes, I did. It was pretty cool. Chilling with Mason at Mason's house is pretty cool.
I don't know, man. Ned, you could be a little cumbersome with the conversation.
Please do not mention the embarrassing moments to the public, please. That's just too
Oh, I almost want to. That one thing, though.
Please don't. Please don't. We know why it happened. I don't mean for it to happen again. That was a lot of pressure and confusion. 4 days of not sleeping. Please don't. I can't.
I'm pretty sure the ride back was worse though, because you couldn't find your debit card. So it was what, a 3-day bus trip, no sleep, no eating, and no water.
Yes, it was terrible. Like I was like, dude, like somebody had to give me a McDonald's card, which I had to use very sparingly. Only was able to use twice. I literally begged somebody for water. I was fortunate. The one person said, "Yeah, this person's gonna die if he doesn't drink some fucking water. He's already dehydrated." It was weird being in that situation, and I remember being like super fucking angry. I'm like, it's a pandemic. They're acting more douchebaggy than they normally would. These terminal people, and these bus people, but they should be more accommodating because of the fact that it's a pandemic. And it's funny because like this one guy on the bus. This is actually the same bus I met Sean Garrett on. They're like, I know somebody back there is smoking a cigarette. We're all looking at each other. Nobody's smoking a cigarette. And this person's like, and I know someone is back there smoking a cigarette. And then we were looking back. I was like, no one, who's smoking the cigarette? No one's smoking the cigarette. And he says, and we're going to stop here. And by the way, if even one of you tries to steal, I will take this bus and leave you all behind for you to forever be stranded.
Ned, think of it this way. You're working McDonald's, right? And you have to deal with the same annoying customers for a 3-hour trip.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what the bus is like from the employee's perspective.
Nobody was smoking a cigarette back there, Mason.
I understand that, but you got to understand that mindset when you're working fast food and you're dealing with all this shit. Imagine doing that for 3 days straight, no break.
The bus drivers are insane, too.
Yeah, and so are McDonald's employees, man. I worked at McDonald's.
But what I was, if you remember, I was texting you saying, I love these passengers. We're all in the shit together. I love it.
I still got your bus tickets, Ned. They make a good memento for the headache that you caused me.
I'm honored and touched. I'm so okay. We gotta stop. This is sounding super gay.
Jason, does this sound gay?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I mean, it's fine, but it does.
Comrade Net. Okay, I'm going to spill the beans, guys. Comrade Net is my secret lover and confidant.
It's true. It's true. We've been hiding it all from you forever.
He's going to move out here, and he's going to leave his life behind in Arizona forever, and we're going to get a nice little log cabin in the middle of nowhere.
And we're going to adopt a Jason Unruhe clone, and we're going to call him Michael.
Okay.
I like how Jason's okay with that.
Well, it's not like I can really do anything about it.
We're violating your NAP.
I'm a nap.
Oh, I have to look at the comment section and see how that was. Okay, Jason, what were you saying about applying yourself in the high school? Oh, I did. When did I cut Jason up? I probably did. I can't remember.
No, it was when Mason came back. Basically, yeah, I was just talking about how, just think, I wish I'd known now. I wish I knew in high school what I knew now. But yeah.
No, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's always hindsight.
Everything's 2020 in hindsight, man.
Mass casualty. We already figured that out, bro.
You know what? I know what I discovered. I discovered a new thing to do for fun. Go back and look at comments I left on YouTube videos while I was stoned.
What did you find?
Okay, have you ever heard of a music artist called Marshmello?
Yes, they're EDM artists, right?
Yeah, the guy with the fucking Lego head or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Roblox head.
Yeah, and you know that song Alone, where everybody's treating him like shit in school, and then somebody discovers that he's an EDM artist, and then all of a sudden everybody loves him.
Yeah,
I left a comment on the thing, he could have shot up his school, but instead he turned to music. This generation is lost.
Come on, Jason. Come on.
Fuck you. That's funny.
Being in the American experience and having to hear about it every day, nah.
Then stop shooting places.
I don't know, man. I think it has more to deal with alienation and capitalist society.
Jason's not going to have a comeback for that. You just said the magic words to Jason.
I know, but it's like, I'm sorry, but to those of us outside of America, it's just insane.
Okay,
dude, and I've seen it firsthand. Like my school, I didn't have lived like a school shooting or anything, context of this conversation. But I remember I was sitting in my biology class, my freshman biology class, next to this one kid. I'm not going to name drop him, but the kid was like, it was almost like he made every attempt just to be hated. I remember 8th grade year, he threatened to kill all the black kids with a sawed-off shotgun, and then he claimed the victim card whenever he got jumped by the black kids. And then it was either my freshman or sophomore year biology.
Jason, I'm not making fun of you in any way, but I just want to say the fact that you're saying this with such a monotone voice and you're definitely telling the truth makes it kind of hilarious in a way. That you've really seen all this weird shit. Like, sometimes I think I've seen weird shit, but then you tell me what you've seen. I'm like, wow.
Ohio's fucked up. But anyways, so I just happened to be sitting next to him because his last name was like, alphabetical order. We got placed in seating based on alphabetical order. So like he sat right next to me in like those like tall tables that like sit 2 people, like a chemistry lab type ordeal.
Yeah.
And I looked right over to him to see what he was drawing, and he was drawing a picture of the Washington Monument getting shot up. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, holy shit. So like, I did the responsible thing. I went to my principal and be like, hey, so-and-so's doing this. And he was like, yeah, we're not surprised.
Okay. You even notify your school immediately, as Filthy Frank would say, and like, yeah, we already know. I'm sorry.
No, man, my graduating class was kind of like there was like 3 main divisions. There was like, the outsider black sheep kids. There was, just like regular everyday kids, and then there was like the real preppy kids. The jocks had their own clique, but they floated everywhere. And I was kind of like, I didn't have like a set friends list. But, I kind of just floated around. I was kind of just friends with everyone. Someone sees me. They're always like, hey, you were such a great person. I was like, oh, thanks. But, I was that person who would, like, leave, like, hold the door if, like, you were, like, coming through or something. Like, I was just, like, really nice.
So you were a chivalrous.
That's funny because one of my teachers actually said, you have a nice sense of chivalry to you. That's something that we really need in society. And I've always kept that in my mind.
No, you should keep that. You should keep that because that's it's a type of credibility. I'm going to explain, by the way, as I realize I have the ability, despite the fact that you two have known each other for like freaking forever, I realize that I have one ability to mediate between you two on something. You see, I share with Jason the anti-American humor and just the hilariousness of just picking on America at every chance possible. But I also understand the American heritage in its real context, like Mason does. So I'll just say, yeah, it's kind of funny because, like, I watch you two in the compatibility, but I also notice where you two might often be, like, off-key. Like, Jason will laugh at something and Mason will be like, that's not funny. And I'll be like, yes, it kind of is.
Another thing I remember from my nightmare of public... Well, actually, okay, this wasn't public schooling. From my junior to senior year, I attended a vocational school, which technically I was still in high school. It's like a high school program where, they put you through a vocational class. And there's like an entire career center that's for the entire county. And I was taking interactive media, which is one of the reasons I'm decent at like editing and stuff. And our interactive media teacher was out sick for a week. And we had this like really mean Mennonite woman, like really mean. And we had this one like super autistic kid who like sat in like right behind me, and like he wasn't understanding the literature, so he raises his hand, and I forget what she said, but it was so mean, it like made him cry. We never saw her again in our class, but she was still substituting the other classes, like just like a real mean, like evil, like witch of a woman.
And she was Mennonite.
Yes.
I don't see how a Mennonite could be a teacher.
She was a Mennonite. I don't know that much about the Mennonite religion, but like, she had like, the hat and everything, the skirt, like she had like a denim skirt, very older woman, which I don't know the dynamics of it. I don't know if she was like, like a freer, more liberal, sect of the Mennonite, but like she was always there subbing. No one liked her. She was always very mean. It was, I never liked her. She was always nasty.
Oh, the Holodomor, that literally comes from Nazi propaganda.
Dude,
Are people really talking? Let me look at the chat. Are people really fucking talking about that shit? Really?
Oh, they were just asking where it comes from.
Yeah, but
okay. Oh, Maxwell Glover's in chat. Maxwell Glover, yes.
But no, I gotta think about it. I have not peaked in my channel since I stopped doing Holodomor content. That was like my bread and butter, and it's like eventually I just wanted to stop because I got sick of talking about it. Then my views kind of dipped after that.
I remember the video where you said that you were no longer going to talk about it. In fact, I stopped watching you for a while after that.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Prove my point.
Yeah, well, fuck you too.
No, I was an on and off viewer of yours. Like, I always liked you, but like I always was like, I don't know, like I actually am one of the people that knows that Finbull started on your channel. I'm one of the people that actually remembers that.
I'm trying to get back in contact with him. The Anglicist is trying to put me back in contact.
I think the Anglicist can do it. It's just kind of funny because Jason was known as being for a long time the one that isolated, but now Finbull's the most isolated. And I'm not even saying anything bad about the dude. You can talk to SMG John. He makes fun of Finbull's Discord all the time.
Man, I don't even keep up with Discord anymore. It's such a shit show. And the thing is, people have added me to so many different Discord servers. Like, when I look at my phone on Discord, it's such a fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, I know. Like, I get added to Discords, and then, like, I look, and there's nobody ever there.
Yeah, I kind of do miss Discord in one aspect when my Discord server was bumping. Like, it was like a constant barrage of, like, shit going on. And, fascists invading it and shit. It was fun, for a while, but then, people stopped just, being on it. People stopped commenting on it. But, it's whatever. I'm thinking about just shutting it down because I don't really maintain it. No one comments on it.
It's weird, though, because, like, I've been brought into this Discord thing, which I was very reluctant to be on in the first place. And I realize now it's going to go out of style because Facebook only went out of style when I started getting involved in it. Like, things only go out of style when I get involved. And so Discord's probably going to go crash now. And, it's weird because, like, Discord, okay, apparently is just as old as Facebook. And I was confused when I found that out. I was like, but I was never hearing about Discord before. So it turns out apparently Discord started as something else. And the nature of what Discord is has completely changed.
Yeah, how it used to be is it used to be like a TeamSpeak for like a group thing for gamers. But then it started gaining more popularity because Skype's service was really dipping. Like, I can remember every time I'd call Jason, like, I'd have like a shitty call. Yeah. And it's gotten better. Like, I mean, we're using Skype right now over Discord because Discord's shit. Now Discord's shit. But, yeah, I can't do it anymore. Hey, does anybody ever know what happened to that one communist music YouTuber Schnitz?
I have no idea who that is.
No,
he was kind of. Oh, I don't know. He was kind of big back in the. Oh, now I remember. He his work found out what he was doing, but no, he was a really cool guy. I miss him.
Down with Serbian nationalism. I support Bosnia.
Have you ever watched that one Tupac video where it's like Tupac has been found alive in Serbia?
No, I have not seen that before.
Dude, I need to send that to you. I make good rap music now for Serbia. Bosnia can fuck off. Serb has Wisdom of Falcon, and then it starts playing one of Tupac's music videos, but it's replaced by fucking turbo folk, Serbian turbo folk.
It's actually a thing. I used to. I had to lie low. Like from 2013 to 2014 because I had gotten into a public confrontation with a group of Serbians. But the only reason why I got into confrontation with them is because they were telling me how proud they were to be Serbian, and that offended me. So I got in their face and said,
"Oh, Jason, I wish you could screen share this live on." Oh God, this is great. I'm going to send this to you guys. You need to.
I mean, the problem is afterwards they were asking me like, "Why are you being such a bigot towards the Serb?" And I'm saying like, even the acknowledgement of Serbia sounds more like bigotry to me. I think you got to like be really educated and be like, "Why would you say that?" And it's like I realize most people have no idea what they did to the Bosnian Muslims. It's almost as if nobody is taught what they did. You know, Serbia still doesn't acknowledge what they did.
Net, you need to watch this video I just sent in chat. It's fucking great.
All right, let me watch this video.
It's so low quality. It's the greatest shit post I've ever seen.
The greatest shit post you've ever seen. You sure about that?
Yes, I love it. There's just random messages that pop up on it. Fuck Macedonia. Fuck Bosnia. Shakir. Fuck you, Croatia. Slovak ass. Ronaldo soccer. And then there's a shitty gif in the top left corner of the Serbian flag flying while there's a turbo folk beat with Tupac vocals on it. This is great. Back in the day, I used to just Serb has wisdom of the falcon.
Wow.
Nat, you're cutting out.
I'm down.
Yeah, you're cutting out.
Fucking AT&T. But no, Jason, did you watch the video?
Yeah.
Okay, I've downloaded this. That was funny enough to download. I've kept it.
Serb has wisdom of the falcon. I fucking love it. Oh God, I wish the chat could see this right now. This is so great. I live in Serbia now. It is best country. I make fast rap. Now Bosniak want rap magic of the country. I make rap for Serbian people. Serbia has wisdom of falcon. It's so great. Oh God, there's one thing I miss back from growing up. And being a communist. It's the old Google chat days back when Google Plus was the thing. Because a lot of people don't know this coming. Yeah, man. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Those were fucking great, man.
Yeah, and then they got rid of them.
Well, what happened was everybody moved to Left Book, and then Left Book turned into a fucking dumpster fire. But nah, man, it was so great. The conversations we had in there, man. Like, I am so nostalgic for that era of my life.
Was it because Microsoft bought Skype?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I think that the Google Hangouts was supposed to compete with Skype.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't working, so they just bought out Skype.
Well, okay, wasn't there Google Plus? Whatever happened to Google Plus? I loved Google Plus. They got rid of it.
Okay, so it only ever had some middle market success. It was, not a lot of people used it. But the thing is a lot of communists used it back in the day.
I'll tell you this. I remember when this happened. It's when Google Plus was shut down, they said that the average amount of time that people spent on Google Plus was 5 seconds.
God, I used to
That's just enough time to say, oh shit, I didn't mean to click that.
But nah, man, it's Google Plus holds a special place in my heart. I know no one really liked it, but for me and a large group of other communists who I don't have any contact with anymore, it was a special place. I can just remember me and my buddy Shango, we started one chat, then that chat got into 5 people. That's actually how I got into contact with Piper Tompkins, Red and Black Revolutionary.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, that's how that whole started. That whole thing started. But the thing is like you gotta understand is like the longest phone call I've ever had was on Google Hangouts, and it was like an 8 hour long conversation with just me and a bunch of friends just posting memes, talking politics. Man, it was great. The fucking good old days, man. Bring back Google Plus. Hashtag bring back Google Plus. I'm starting the movement now.
Hashtag no.
Fuck off. Google Plus was
Fuck
great.
off.
You fuck off.
I think Google Plus was all right, but you know what? Honestly, I don't have time for all the nostalgia anymore. I want to, like, I have nostalgia for shit, but then you know what I realized? We have a wonderful thing. There's a wonderful plague killing a bunch of people right now. And this means that the population will be decreased, meaning that we'll have more room to, like, start revolution.
That is a very nihilistic point of view, and I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, that's the best part. You don't have to.
Well, fuck you too.
No, what? No, the premise of his idea is that you don't need people to agree with it.
Okay. No,
it's like caring about apathy.
I gotta stop talking about fucking Google Plus, man, because you don't understand. That entire time of my life, those are like the best fucking years of my life. Was Google Plus Hangouts, man. I had IRL friends, but the thing is, nothing will match the guys that I met on Google Hangouts.
Bro, I stand Kim Jong-un, but can't stand Trump is in chat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'm
That's
sorry.
the guy that wants to move to North Korea and beat COVID-19 for one day.
Oh, all right. Black Metal Marxist said, "Sup, comrade? What's good, Black Metal Marxist?
Yo.
Subscribe to Red Scare TV. It's better than Jason's channel."
Yeah, you wish.
You don't get just a re-upload of a Soviet zoo.
Aw, dude, really? You're gonna go there?
That's the best news content you've made in years, Jason.
Oh man, I was depressed and I couldn't get my shit together to make a video.
Hey, Mason.
You know what, though, for real,
the next time you make a video every day for 12 years, let me know. Call me up and maybe you can tell me what's what.
Can I tell the truth about Defend the GDR Week? I
never did one.
Well, no, I did it.
Oh,
Remember when I did it?
Oh, yeah. That's right, you did.
Yeah, those videos are my most popular videos, but and actually, I would say that's what sparked the pro GDR wave that happened, because a lot of people saw that and they commented, they're like, hey, I like this, and a lot of people became GDR stans, but I actually did not plan that. I just decided one day I'm going to defend the GDR week. I announced it, and then I made every video on the day that I uploaded it for a full week, just impromptu, and it turned out fucking amazing. I don't think I can ever do that again, but like literally, I did all of that on the fly. Black Metal Marxist said, "Hey Mason, I'm friends with you on Facebook. Yeah, shoot me a message sometime."
I used to be like not friends with you on Facebook, but I used to be like in some sort of group with you on Facebook, and sometimes
Net, I swear to God, like when Jason introduced me to you, I swear to God, you were like, I think I remember you in like my comment section or something at one point. Like you just, the name Net sounded familiar.
Well, I was one of the anti-Zionists, if you remember. That's like I knew of you. I didn't know you personally, but I knew of you quite well because you were a staunch anti-Zionist. You were one of the more principled MLs that I knew wasn't lying to people, and I would watch your stuff. I mean, when I saw you, I was like, okay, some kind of cross between a communist and a Boy Scout. That's all right. I can dig that. Next thing you know, you grow up and you're an actual proletarian. I'm like, wow, that's really impressive.
It's funny because the thing is like, there could have been like if I was on better relations with my mom, I could have become like, very middle class. Like, she probably could have paid for my college and everything, but, I've never really gotten along with my mother. So, it's just kind of like, how things worked out. Because my dad's side of the family is all real proletariat, except for a few people who are like labor aristocratic. but my dad's side of the family is working class, and my mom's side of the family is like all different sections of like the middle classes. But yeah, it's funny because when I was 14, I heard, "Oh, this is just a phase." When I was 15, I heard this is just a phase. When I was 16, I heard this is just a phase. When I was 17, I heard this is just a phase. When I was 18, they're finally like, yeah, this isn't a phase.
Okay, yeah, no word of a lie. When I got my first communist tattoo at 21.
Yeah.
No, was I 21? No, I wasn't 21. I was 22. And my mom said, "Oh, I can't believe this. You're going to regret this in like 3 years." And now I'm 39 and I've got more of them.
I stand Kim Jong-un, but I can't stand Trump says, "I am not familiar with this. What does this have to do with the cold spell going on there?" We were talking about it for like a good 10-15 minutes, and then we just kind of like tapered off. We're just kind of just chatting.
Yeah, and then one of the rules of the internet, the longer a conversation goes on, the further away it gets from the subject it's supposed to be.
It's kind of like that rule about podcasts. Podcasts are made for the phrase "in short," to make a long story short. And Jason, I still think you and me should do the Mason Jason Power Hour, like every Friday night. Every Friday night we do something. We have it on a separate channel.
Friday night's not good for me because that's when I visit my mother.
Okay.
Friday night is also when the Shabbos starts for me, and it will remain.
Well, no, it's just going to be me and Jason, the Mason Jason Power Hour. I don't think the Mason Jason Net Power Hour has the same ring to it.
No, it doesn't. In fact, people would grow tired of it. I'm better off like disappearing for a while and then reemerging, and everybody's like, "Oh, Net," and I'm like, "Oh wait, oh yeah, I remember you," and then I'm gone again.
Yeah, and Jason, we can make it it doesn't have to be political. Like we can talk about politics, but it can be it's just like it kind of like the Cold Ones podcast.
It doesn't have to.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen Cold Ones?
No, I don't think so.
It's Max Mofo and Anything for Views, and they have their own podcast.
Oh, those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen one of them.
Yeah, it's like a podcast like that. See, even the Kim Jong-un guy says the Mason Jason Power Hour sounds catchy.
What happened to that guy's original channel? Because he looks exactly like his old channel, but his original channel's gone. Because I couldn't find like some of the best videos that I found on that channel.
It probably got Susaned.
Why? There's nothing wrong with his channel. I mean, he seems odd maybe, but he wears it so well. I would shake that guy's hand, or maybe I wouldn't because COVID. But I might. Well, okay, if there's no COVID, I'd shake that guy's hand and say, you know what, man? All right, why not? I watched this wonderful video that the guy had about where he talks about, "I hate you, I hate your body," and you're like so confused, and it turns out he's talking about Trump the whole time. It was pretty funny. I loved it.
Yeah, but Jason, I was thinking you and me could dump some money into it, for like this podcast idea I have, and then pay like an artist to make like a channel icon and shit and like a banner and make it look like real professional,
I guess we could do that.
The Mason Jason Power Hour does sound very good.
And, it doesn't have to be necessarily about pop.
Doesn't necessarily have to be about lag out.
Okay, so that wasn't just something I thought I heard. That really was happening.
No, yeah, he lagged out.
What I was saying is we can kind of make it like Sleepycast, You ever watch Sleepycast?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh my God, that was a great podcast. It was Oni NG, Psychic Pebbles, and all their friends, and they did a podcast together because they started their own indie animation and multimedia studio called Sleepy Cabin. And dude, some of the shit they talked in there is funny. Like the podcast has been down for 2 years. They stopped doing it, but it holds a very special place in my heart. However, I'm still pissed because the whole Chadman controversy.
Yeah, and Oni NG blocked me on Twitter for some reason.
Yeah, he told me about that, but you know they had Shadman on there just to defend him and like him drawing like child porn. It's like you don't do that. It's not real people, man. It's like, dude, the dude literally drew an actor's like son sexually. Like I remember I used to, joke about Shadman because it was kind of funny because it was like off-color humor. I like off-color humor to a certain extent, but he kind of he really fucking crossed the line when he did that because that's like real world shit. Granted, already drawing children, that's pretty fucked up. But that was the butt of the joke is that he's fucked up. But he fucking like went off the deep end when he drew some actor's kid in a Harley Quinn outfit.
Wait a minute, was
That's disturbing.
The one kid who was actually wearing it, right?
Yeah, he was actually wearing it because
okay, now I know. I can't remember his name, but
the actor's being very supportive of his son because he wanted to go as Harley Quinn and dress up like a girl and cross it. That's fine, but then Shadman went out and like really like drew it, and I mean that image is sadly burned in my mind, and I wish I had never seen that because someone said it to me as like oh haha this is funny, look at this, like that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. I'm surprised, Shadman has not been like locked up on some like international like fucking what's it called Interpol type shit. Because like there's like actual like real life pedophiles donating to him to make pedophilic content. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta wonder about what you're doing at that point.
Yeah, like for real, you're profiteering off of child sexual exploitation.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's oh god, it's fucked up. Ugh. But
I crave Pepsi right now.
I'm drinking an Arizona green tea, which you and I, dude, I got groceries one night that Net was over here, and I use Instacart. It's kind of like Uber Eats, except they bring you your groceries because like I'm sick of having to bring my groceries in on my own. So, I use Instacart because, I have to go through my keypad, go through the elevator, and then go up 7 flights of steps just to get groceries upstairs in my apartment. And, it's annoying. So, like, I got Instacart, and I Instacarted some stuff from Aldi's. And I got us, like, a 16-pack of Arizona green tea, which I'm drinking right now. But me and him in one night, we killed an entire 16-pack of Arizona green tea.
Oh, you must have been going to the bathroom all night.
I was pissing like a racehorse.
Yeah, this is true. There was lots of pissing.
Shut the fuck up, Ned. Jason's just in the middle of this. What have I gotten myself into?
Oh, no.
Okay, Jason's okay with pissing. Okay, that's his fetish.
Whoa.
No, fuck, dude.
He's okay with it, and I support you, Jason. I'm not going to kink shame you.
No, dude, you got to do a lot more than that to offend me.
Oh, I know. I've seen the jokes you post on YouTube.
Some of my favorite jokes are some of Jason's favorite jokes. We will not speak of it. You already know, everyone. You already know.
Which I'm not okay with anymore, but I'm just going to go on the record for saying that.
It's an acquired taste, homie.
Like I can joke about to a certain extent about how much you can milk it, but then then there's other things.
No, you gotta keep in mind, from my point of view, although I mean, as I've shown you, I do have sympathy for the actual American spirit, for whatever that's worth. For me, I have a larger world picture, and like, I don't know, man. After those events, all I saw, you gotta understand, Mason, all I saw was Islamophobia, and almost everything they said that was Islamophobic mirrored anti-Semitism, and it was the kind of anti-Semitism you would have heard right before Hitler takes power. Like, it's scary as shit. I still see it. It hasn't changed. Nothing's fucking changed.
Oh, it hasn't changed.
Do you know how many times I've walked down the street? out here in Arizona just to see somebody rip a hijab off a woman's face and say, "I'm liberating you." Not to me, you just violated her.
I mean, in Ohio, you might get like a very racist remark, but no one's ripping someone's hijab off. Holy fuck.
Yeah, well, that's how Arizona is. Arizona's odd, dude. It's not a problem so much like what you like. There's parallels between Arizona and Ohio, but we've already expressed what those parallels are. Those parallels are the drugs, the trafficking, and the homeless. But when it comes to the infrastructure and the style, Arizona and Ohio are very different, dude. Like in Arizona, the way it works is that we have the most integrated port. In all honesty, we really, really do. We have the most integrated port, but there is no customer service class trying to be more of the labor aristocracy. There's just the labor aristocracy and the lumpen and the lumpenized working class and the middle class, up in like Scottsdale and shit, and the super bourgeois class like Barry Goldwater, his family and everything and all that. And it's literally like it's poor versus rich, racists versus basically the zeitgeist, fucking cops versus the absolute homeless. Oh yeah, like there are no good cops anywhere. Like that's why I'm against people trying to redeem the police. I think the police are systemically evil. I'm always going.
I mean, here in Ohio, I mean, like, yeah, the police, they serve the capitalist state here, but in like my area, we have some pretty decent cops, especially in like Worcester. Like, yeah, you have some like psychotic cops who are, who are like taking advantage of, drug addicts and shit. But then there's those cops that show up and, the drug addicts like them, the lumpen like them because, they actually give a fuck, They're like, oh, hey, officer so-and-so. And it's like, hey. And, they're usually like, why are you doing this again? It's just like, my life's just kind of fucked up. I'm like, yeah, I understand. So we did have good cops out here. But the thing is they get kicked out real easily unless they've been on the force for a long time.
But that's because of the systemic nature of the police force. They have to cut ties with cops that have souls.
Because definitely. In fact, Worcester, when the Black Lives Matter movement started picking up, ever since then, Worcester Police Department's been having a hard time, from what I understand, recruiting to the point where they raised the wages for cops to like $26 an hour just to get people on. And even then, they're still having issues getting people on.
Yeah.
But, Net, I forgot an Ohio joke I wanted to tell you while you're here in Ohio.
Okay, tell it to me while I'm here in Arizona.
Okay. Okay, so an Amish man and his wife are going down the road in their buggy, right?
Right.
And the horse starts, spazzing out and starts fucking up. Uh-oh. So the Amish man gets out and he beats the fuck out of it with a club. And he goes, "That's one." And, they keep going down the road a little bit more. And the horse starts spazzing out again. So he picks out a driver, like a golf driver. And he beats the fuck out of it again. And, it goes back to normal. And the horse starts going down again, get down the road again. And so they're going down the road again. And the horse starts spazzing out again. So the Amish man's pissed. And he pulls out a 12-gauge shotgun. He shoots it and he goes, "That's 3." And his wife gets pissed at him. He's like, how are we going to get back home now? And on top of that, horses ain't cheap. And the Amish man looks at his wife with the shotgun and he goes, "That's 3."
So he shot his wife?
No. It's that he's counting down every time the horse fucks up. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And then he's pissed enough at his wife that he looks at her and he goes, "That's 3."
So he's mad at his wife?
Yes. It was funnier. My coworker told it to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got lost. No.
I kind of got lost.
Do you want me to tell it again? See if this time it's funny.
Sure.
Okay. So an Amish man and his wife are going down the street in their buggy. The horse starts fucking up.
Uh-huh.
The Amish man pulls out a club and beats the fuck out of it and goes, "That's 1." The Amish, they're in their buggy again and they start going down the road again. Okay. The horse starts bugging out again. So the Amish man pulls out a golf club and beats the fuck out of it again. That way, you know, it starts acting right again. You know, they keep going on the road again, a little further. The horse starts fucking up again. And the Amish man goes, "That's 3." And he blows he kills the horse with a shotgun. And the wife gets pissed. And then the wife goes, "Well, how the hell are we supposed to get home now?" And he looks at his wife and he goes, "That's 3." Okay, it was funnier. My coworker said it to me.
Yeah, I still don't get it. I got a joke for you. It's a funny joke.
No, hang on. Hang on. Hold that thought. Someone just posted in chat. Their username is Drunk Driving Socialist, and they ask, "What are your thoughts on drunk driving?"
Wait, I want to see this. There is no.
Drunk
oh my
driving.
gosh, there is somebody named that. Holy shit.
Drunk Driving Socialist asks, "What are your thoughts on drunk driving?"
You know what? I'm going to go on the record and say I'm against drunk driving.
I don't know. It can be kind of fun.
I'm against it too, but as long as the people I don't care about aren't killed in the drunk driving, it's more decreased and that's useful for clearing up space.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I have a very hostile view of my fellow Americans.
You sound very misanthropic.
I told you before, you want to know why? You want to know why I'm so good at disclaiming stuff when I have to explain to people what your guys' beef is with Black Red Guard and why you guys will respect it nonetheless? Is I have to explain to people the way I understand it, guys, is I'm only 2 steps away from Black Red Guard. Problem is I can't afford to be as jaded as he is. But dude, look, bro, seriously, you try to go into a Walmart with a yarmulke on and sits, and you walk in, obviously Jewish, and they say Merry Christmas to you, when the policy is supposed to be Happy Holidays. Or you walk down the street and you realize I can no longer wear a yarmulke because people will ask me for a loan just because it's obvious I'm Jewish.
Oh, the fucking chat. People are not going to let me live my bombed joke down. Oh, well, okay, so the wife pulls the wagon.
I got a joke for you, bro. I got a joke.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's not an original joke, but it's one most people don't remember, and everybody's going to know it's funny. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor who? Fuck off!
Oh, fucking.
Fuck you! I am never associating with you again, Nat. Drunk Driving Socialist says drunk driver rights are human rights.
It's like the same logic with libertarians and being against being told how to drive. Whether or not I'm wearing a seatbelt is between me and my windshield at 100 miles an hour.
Jason, don't you know that roads are socialist?
That's why I only drive off-road on people's private property.
Okay.
I should be forced to pay a toll every time I drive down the street. I should be forced to pay a toll every time I use the sidewalk.
Don't violate my NEP. I'm going to be... I'll be right back. I'm going to get another green tea.
You know. Wait. Before you go.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm going to call it a night here. I mean, we've had some pretty good stuff, and I'm starting to slow down.
All right. Yeah, it's been over 2 hours. Holy shit!
Yeah, we've been here long enough.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching our little shit show.
Yeah.
No, do it, Jason. Come on, do it for us all.
Drunk Driver Socialist said they should have jumped out of the way.
Okay, who's going to do the thank you for watching that happens at the end of the show of the Jason Unruhe?
No, you do it. I do it all the time.
Well, okay, all right. Let me see if I got this. Hold on. I have to take this gum out of my mouth. Look what you're doing.
Oh, and Blackmail Marks has hit me up on Facebook.
All right, let's see. How's it go? Damn it, I usually have it memorized, but now it's escaping me.
Please like, subscribe, and comment, and share this with all your friends. Thank you, and have a great night.
All right. See you guys.